talks about doing things differently. So I'm always, the song inspires me. I have to listen to it, listen to the words. Hello, cousin. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Um, but like I said, this song just talks about, what you're going to find when you leave the past. Let the past go. Keep moving forward. Hey sis, how you doing? And this is really, I have to let it sink in. I can't stop what I've started, what I've been destined to do. So I just have to keep going. Hello, Miss Ida. Thank you for joining. If you would, please, if you don't mind, share this with others. Let them know that we're here. Let them know that we're looking forward to seeing them this evening on Thoughtful Thursday with Cradle Inspired Enterprises. That would be really great. I would appreciate it if you would do that for me. We want to share this inspiration with others. Make sure that everybody is being inspired. Hello, Tonita. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I hope everyone who's here, I hope your family is safe and doing what they need to remain that way. Hello, P2. Thank you for joining. I know you just finished your live, and so I appreciate you for joining me for mine. I appreciate it very much. So I'm going to let this play for about 30 more seconds. Like I said, this song just talks about, and every time I start talking, it gets to that point about leaving all of the past behind, how we can't stop what we've started, what we know is meant for us, what we're destined for do. Gotta say goodbye. Let it go. Say goodbye to yesterday. So I'm going to stop that now, but before I really get into it and start singing or something, y'all might put me off of the live tonight. I start singing. Yes, yes, yes. We've talked before about how it's good to laugh, and especially in times like this, we have to find something to laugh about. Find someone, a friend, to laugh with, someone who helps you just release some of that energy. So it's 11. What am I talking about? It's 8:17. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Good evening and welcome to the April 23rd, 2020 edition of Thoughtful Thursday with Cradle Inspired Enterprises. I am your humble host, Dr. Marcia Gibbs Cradle, also known as the Teacher Lady. And I'm so very glad that you are here. I'm even happier to see you now that we are practicing social distancing. This is a way that I get to interact with other people because we're social people, social creatures. That's what many of us do. So I'm really glad to be able to spend a few minutes with you every week. I pray that you and your family are taking precautions to maintain your safety. I know, and this is for us in Georgia. I'm in Georgia. I know that the powers that be, I'm not even going to speak his name, said that he's opening the state back up and that it's okay to go to the nail salon and the hair salon and to go and get a massage. But please, please be wise. Listen to what the data is really telling us. Just be wise. I really want to remind you of that. Listen, you all know I miss my hairstylist in the worst way, just like a lot of us do. I miss her, but we're going to be wise in this. And so we're going to do what we know to be right. Okay. All right. So I'm off my soapbox. I just wanted to, that just came to me today. And I just wanted to remind you all to practice wisdom and safety. Our quote for this week says, "Tragedy should be utilized as a source of strength. No matter what sort of difficulties, how painful the experience is, if we lose our hope, that's our real disaster." And that's a quote from the Dalai Lama. And friends, as we're going through this difficult time, gratefulness, thankfulness, and hope become even more important than before. we continue to have more time to ponder and to reflect on this current situation that we're dealing with in the United States and around the world. We've been talking for several weeks about some things that we have to do differently. If you will recall, 2 weeks ago, our topic was a new normal requires a new mindset. Just last week, we talked about the power of gratitude. And our topic this week, drum roll please, our topic this week is the resurrection of hope. The resurrection of hope. As I watch the news, like most of us are doing, we're watching the news. We see social media posts. We hear personal stories of so many people. It's really hard, really difficult not to feel sadness and sorrow. We know that in this time of social distancing, a new normal really does require a new mindset. Not only that, we have to continue to display thankfulness and gratefulness as we're going through this. We have to display gratitude. But the good news is that we can take comfort in knowing that there is hope. There is hope. To have hope is to want an outcome that makes our lives better in some way. It not only can help us make it through a tough or present situation, it can make this situation more bearable, but also hope can eventually lead to improve our lives because envisioning a better future motivates us to take the steps to make it happen. Whether we think about it or not, hope is a part of everyone's life. Everyone Hello again. I don't know what happened right there, but we're not going to let this stop us from having hope for the things that are to come. So hopefully the people who were here before are able to rejoin us. Don't know what happened. Just dropped the signal, but that's okay. We're going to keep going on. So we were talking about the importance of hope and how it motivates us to take the steps to make the things that we hope for happen. Whether we think about it or not, hope is a part of everyone's life. It's an inherent part of being a human being. Hope helps us define what we want in our futures and is part of the self-narrative about our lives we all have running inside of our minds. So what does hope mean? What is the definition of hope? The definition of hope differs depending on the person who's doing the talking. So it differs about, who's saying what hope is to them. When people speak about hope, in a spiritual context, it might mean believing that good things will happen with faith in our higher power. They might direct their hopes outward in prayer. For some, hope means looking on the bright side and seeing challenges as opportunities or always hoping for the best. Webster's dictionary, which is who has dictionaries anymore when you have Google? But Webster defines hope as something like a wish. It's to cherish a desire with anticipation, to want something to happen or to be true. Whatever the details are, hope in general means a desire for things to change for the better and to want that better situation very much. Most people associate hope with a dire situation. People hope to get out of difficult circumstances. That's often when what they do when they find themselves in a situation that they at the time just can't see themselves out of. So they find themselves hoping fervently. But hope also can provide the key to making everyday life better. Friends, this pandemic is a dire situation, but it is not a hopeless situation. We have the power to impact and change the outcome of what is going on. How can we do that? For one thing, we can practice the shelter in place. That's just something that we all can do. Secondly, we can wear masks when we go out in public for our necessities. That doesn't mean just because the beach is open doesn't mean we should be going to the beach. We can have some control over making this situation better. Hope allows us to approach situations with a mindset. There's that word that we talked about a few weeks ago. It's a mindset. A hope-filled mindset helps us be in a suitable position for success. In this case, we can do what it takes to move to the next phase of our lives. Hope-related cognitions are important. Hope leads to growth and improvement. We have to remember that there are tangible benefits to hope. For one, hope can bring us joy and peace in the midst of turmoil. Hope can give us courage, strength, and boldness instead of fear. Hope can provide endurance and patience instead of tempting us to quit. And hope can offer confidence in the face of doubt. Hope really is important, and it can make the most difficult situations more bearable. In the words of Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. Our very being depends on it. Remember, we have to guard our gratitude bucket. Keep writing down the things that you're grateful for in your gratitude journal. Don't allow others to steal your joy, because we all know that some people find their joy in robbing you of your joy. Some people do everything in their power to discourage instead of encourage you. Do not give them that power. As a dear sister reminded me today, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Do not let others make you feel guilty about having a new mindset and being grateful and for having that hope. Find peace in your new state of mind. Take comfort in your new mindset. And when it seems that you're going back to your old mindset, take a look at that gratitude journal or look in your gratitude bucket. Make a conscious effort to have a positive, new mindset and choose gratitude and demonstrate hope. Do all you can to have a positive mindset, to protect your peace, to have joy and gratitude, and practice hope for things not seen, even in the midst of all of this chaos. Remember, you have a destiny, and you have to be committed to that plan. There's a special plan for your life, and if the plan is to be effective, you have to be in the right position, with the right mindset, and follow through with what you know to be right. Don't feed into the negative foolishness going on around you. Work hard to surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, people who inspire you to be the best you possible. We already know that we're destined for greatness. We already know that no weapon formed against us shall prosper. We already know that people are going to try to imitate what we're doing and try to sabotage our plan, but always remember, imitators ain't the real thing. Margarine doesn't taste like butter, and as my daddy says, turkey wasn't meant to be bacon. So be your authentic, kind, optimistic, grateful self. Be willing to go against the grain and do the right thing, even when no one is looking. Be the one who sets the positive tone. Be the one who stands up and speaks up for right. Be the one who's marching for justice. Be the one who's marching for kindness and goodwill toward others. Don't let the negative and uninformed actions of others affect or infect your positive space. Protect your positive energy and calm experiences. Thank you for joining me this evening. I appreciate you bearing with me as initial live dropped for just a minute, but that can't stop what we have to do. We already know that we have to stay grateful. We have to have a new mindset, and we know that we have to be hopeful. Just a few reminders: wash your hands frequently, cover your mouth, and stay 6 feet away from people who are not in your immediate household. I pray peace for you in all that you do, and I'll see you next week. I love each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and an even better weekend. Take care.